Scott here with Rafters Sports and Movies, and so I'm in the process of lining up some interviews, but I've got some other things going on, so the interviews will probably start up in September, and I'm looking at several different sports and celebrities, and so we're looking at baseball, football, Olympics, and some others right off the top of my head. So that's being worked on. But in the meantime, I want to do an interview with myself. So Billy Idol danced with himself, so why can't I interview with myself? So my topic of the video is the logo. How did you come up with it? What does it mean? What does the name mean? And how did you get here? So looking at the logo, I'm going to pull that up so you can see it. First off, we need to talk about the name. And so when it came to the name of a sports and movie channel, or a channel about movies that deal with sports, it took me quite a long time. It was a couple of weeks of agonizing over the name. And when it came down to it, I wanted a name that could also be used as a team name. For your beer league softball team, your beer league hockey team, your little league team, whatever the case may be. And hopefully we'll get to the point where we can sponsor some teams if we have enough support from the community. That would be a really cool way to spread the love. So in thinking of that, I thought of, where do all the greats go? The greats have their numbers retired. And in basketball and hockey specifically, they have their number raised to the rafters. And that's also where the championship banners are. So if you go to Madison Square Gardens, or if you go to, I don't know what the Boston Celtics Gardens call this anymore. It's changed a couple of times. Anyway, and you look up in the rafters and you see all these championship pennants, banners in the rafters, for you to see, so you can remember the glory days. And that's where Rafters came from. So on the logo, we've got Rafters, and then I wanted to make sure you knew what was going on with the logo. It's Sports and Movies. Now, past that, I didn't want to use any more words. I didn't want to put YouTube, even though this is primarily a YouTube channel, and that's where our home base is. But I did want to make sure you knew it's Sports and Movies. But let's be clear. It's movies about sports, sports in movies, and sports. So sometimes we will digress and go straight into the sports realm because this is all about sports and movies. And it'd be a nice little sidetrack to the channel. So then we get into the elements of the logo. So we've got rafters. And so then I was thinking Roger, Will, and Holly on that routine expedition, greatest earthquake ever known. Yeah, Land of the Lost. And when they did the remake, their movie poster was Roger, Will, and Holly in the raft, and they're coming straight at you, and they're going down the waterfall. And you may or may not have seen it because movie posters aren't what they used to be now that we have streaming. So that was my original concept. As I worked on it more and more, I got more of a sideways shot. And yeah, I did change the color of the raft to orange. Our colors are orange and blue. And it's the deep navy. It's in between a royal and a navy blue and a bright, vibrant orange. And so we changed up the raft to be a orange raft. And then we needed to have some water splashing, so we got the water in the background. And then we've got some, in the background, we've got a hockey stick on one side, and then on the other we've got a golf club. So those are two elements. You know, a hockey puck is too small. A golf ball is too small. Hockey puck. I've got one right here commemorating our inaugural season, our inaugural year, as I like to call it. And so we've got it's too small, but a hockey stick's rather large. It can be up to 7 feet long, depending on how tall a hockey player is. That would be a really long hockey stick. but also that's a very tall hockey player. No, I'm kidding. You would never have a 7-foot long hockey stick. So we got a hockey stick, and then we also have a golf club, because golf is definitely one of the areas of sports in movies. There's quite a few good golf movies, and recent good golf series. If you haven't watched Stick with Owen Wilson, give it a shot. So in the actual raft itself, and I'm going to point them out as we go, we've got a basketball, soccer ball, American football, a very large baseball, and then another soccer ball. At least I think that's what that is. So we had to fill the raft with other sports, and when we talk about the banner, we'll talk about that even more. Now the question you're all asking me is, what is that furry creature? Why is there a monkey in the raft? That is not a monkey. That is Legend. He has a name. He is the number one. You see right back here. He is the number one. He is my cohort and my wingman. And he is... Oh, there he is. I don't know if you heard that. He's always around, but you probably will never see him except in the logo. I got really lucky in getting the shot. Because he is the international hide-and-go-seek champion. Yep. So when we're talking about games and sports, yeah, he is the ultimate champion. He is the legend, and therefore I have named it as such, and he didn't seem to mind that. And so he's riding in the raft. He's got his video camera with the hyperbolic mic on it, and he's recording. Now, if you look real close to his camera that he's recording with, you see if you look real close, you'll see a jersey and the number 45. That would be my number, is 45. And we'll get into that some other time. That's a story for another day. But yeah, there's a number in the screen. So in most of our representations and pictures, you will see either the number 45 or the number 1 or the word Rafters or Legend or all of those in any of the photographs that we create ourselves, or I create ourselves. I create myself, not ourselves. That's kind of silly. So that's just a little, that's the logo, and that's all the elements. I don't think I've left anything out. And it does make into a nice logo for the channel, and I think it represents what we got going on. We've got all different types of sports. Now, when we look over at the banner, it really brings things together, and it really explains the story quite well. And it just has more room to be more detailed since it's not a logo. So on the banner, and let me pull that up. Okay, so we'll go through the elements here also. We've got Legend hanging from the rafters. Yeah, that's him. That's Legend. He's hanging from the rafters. That's our Bigfoot, our Sasquatch, hanging from the rafters. And yes, I had picked a Bigfoot before you saw this huge onslaught of Bigfoot AI videos. Yeah, I picked him first. I just didn't make him go live first. So he's actually wearing my number in this shot because he's my alter ego. And there you go. So the number 45. And then we have the different pennants or banners hanging in the rafters of this sports stadium. And it's we're not quite sure what sport this is. This could be soccer. This could be football. I guess it could be baseball. But it's definitely a sport that has grass because it's green. But we're in the rafters here. And so we've got the letters spelled out, rafters. And for each letter, we have a sports. So we've got American football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, golf, and then a whistle, which is other. Now, when I look into the sports and the sports elements of sports and movies, those are the big ones. Those are the major ones. But let's not forget about racing. And when I say racing, I mean car racing, horse racing, and boxing. That's another big sport element there. So we've got all the different sports, and I only have so many letters in rafters, so there you go. That's what I picked to start off with. And then we have our rafters flag or banner itself with the logo in it. We've already talked about that. And then, of course, below that we have sports and movies. So I just wanted to go over the logo today and wanted to go over kind of what the thought process is and how we got here. And be looking for those interviews. We're going to have another interview with me next week. And thanks for watching. Subscribe up, please. Hit that bell. Smash that bell and smash the like and subscribe and tell your friends. Yeah, we want to grow the channel. We want to have a lot of fun on the channel, enjoying all those movies that give us that warm feeling and that satisfaction of knowing that there can be good out in the world and you can be a part of it. So join the team. We'd love to have you. We have plenty of roster spots here at Rafters Sports and Movies. Don't forget to like the video before you go, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel for more sports and movies content. Until our next game, this is Rafters Sports and Movies, where we raise our favorite sports movies to the rafters, just like those championship banners. Thanks for watching. Your roster spot is secure here at Rafters Sports and Movies.